Sir Harold Harding walked briskly through the king's courtyard. Numerous lords and ladies of the court came and went. The king's guard were performing their changing of the guard. Sir Harold rolled his eyes in frustration. He was trying to be inconspicuous, as he now had information his lord prized greatly. To cross the courtyard at the most inopportune time frustrated him slightly. It just proved how distracted he was. The oncoming shift fell out of formation as Sir Harold feigned attentiveness. He knew the spider's eyes were everywhere, just looking for something out of sorts. For all he knew, one of these little birds could have been the one to reveal this information to him in the first place, which would greatly increase the chances that he was being followed. The crowd had begun to dissipate, and Sir Harold continued down his original path. After walking in a complete circle, with a slight double back, he was assured he was not being followed. Sir Harold slipped into his lord's chamber, not bothering to knock.
Father,
Beckoned Alice Stone. Sir Harold smiled widely as Robin Arryn rose from his breakfast table.
we were just breaking our fast. Would you care to join us?
Lord Robin noticed her tone changing, prior to even finishing her question. Alice quickly departed the apartment, assuming she was not privy to the upcoming discussion. Once Alice exited, Robin made his way onto the patio and gestured Sir Harold to follow.
It is as you had assumed, my lord. The Hand's former wife is present in the city, in the service of the Princess of Dawn.
Sir Harold finished in a whisper, as he toured the patio, ensuring their solitude. Lord Robin chewed on this information, and his last mouthful of his breakfast.
The annulment was ordered by Lord Tywin, as we assumed.
Lord Robin asked, and Sir Harold then agreed.
So it is, which if proven, would be outside Lord Tywin's authority, as it was the official position of King Aerys to separate the political and the affairs of the faith. As for the septon, if the annulment was approved under duress, the marriage would still be considered valid.
Sir Harold admitted, with satisfaction that paled in comparison to Lord Robin's.
Which would make Lord Tyrion's current marriage invalid, and his child illegitimate.
Lord Robin smiled, but Sir Harold was quick to correct him.
The king's law allows fathers to claim bastards as trueborn, without the approval of the king.
Sir Harold replied, to see Lord Robin's stoic response.
Perhaps our next king will disagree with the current legitimization law. Send word to Lord Tyreek. Use my seal.
Lord Robin ordered, as he quickly rose to his feet.
If the septon in Lannisport testifies to the contrary, this could be considered an act of war against House Lannister, and the Western lands as a whole.
Sir Harold advised strongly, to Lord Robin's dismay.
It is not House Lannister I intend to destroy. It is Lady Sansa I aim to torment, and the rest of her house in time, cousins or not. They will answer for their crimes. I will see to it.
Lord Robin replied, attempting to appear calm and focused.
I will advise Lady Sansa of our position. Contact Lord Brynden. Have him secure the septon once he's finished his business on the Western Road.
Lord Robin commanded, to a bowing Sir Harold. A billowing pale blue cloak followed Lord Robin as he confidently strolled into the throne room. A simple hand gesture communicated to the pair of household guards to cease their flanks and wait at the throne room entrance. Lord Robin never broke stride as he saw his target. The deep auburn Tully hair, the Stark hubris, and the Lannister overconfidence, all encapsulated in a single form. The woman who executed his father.
Lady Sansa, thank you for meeting me on such short notice.
Of course, cousin. Your ships are preparing to leave port. I assume you to be in a slight rush.
Sansa opened the conversation, and attempted to seize control, was Robin's assumption.
The council is in recess, and I have a kingdom to poll. Many decisions vital to the security of the realm are in our hands.
Robin tried to cover for his last-minute unplanned departure.
Of course. Please tell me what is the purpose of this discussion so close to your departure of the capital?
Sansa asked, but it fell on Robin's ears as more of a demand. Robin wasn't sure if what he was feeling was more rage or euphoria. He knew he could not wipe the smug smile from his face.
I've received information, testimony really, from a septon in the Western lands.
Of which there are many.
Lady Sansa smugly responded.
Peddling information easily considered gossip. Seems to be a family affair for you.
Sansa quickly replied, and Robin was starting to question how much he knew of his intentions.
You should know that Lord Tyreek is aware of this gossip, and is likely to be questioning this septon as we speak.
This is your grand plan. I would have expected a better effort. Perhaps you didn't inherit your father's gifts.
Sansa replied. Her posture was confident, but her eyes appeared worried. Worried for the legitimacy of her marriage, and for her son. Robin questioned what gift Sansa was referring to, and which father as well. Robin had not yet spoken of the possibility of Peter Baelish fathering him, yet Sansa was on the defensive. Perhaps Lord Peter may have revealed this secret during those long travels he took with a young Sansa Stark. He had not thought of that possibility.
Nevertheless, as your cousin, I was merely attempting to warn you of the...
Did I ever mention that Peter murdered your mother, just as the Lannisters had murdered my own? No child should have to suffer such atrocities, let alone witness them.
Sansa replied, while her ears turned red, and Robin's jaw then clenched.
Yes, my father died a traitor's death, but he never begged for his life as Littlefinger did.
Spat Sansa, as she exited the throne room, not caring to hear a retort. Robin gathered his house guard, and hurried back to his apartment to prepare for their voyage. A knock at the door, and his guard permitted entry of a dark-haired lady. Robin immediately took notice at the confidence she carried herself with.
My lord, may I present the Lady Rachel of House Westerling?
That will be all.
Robin spoke in an unintentional high voice when he dismissed his guard. He then asked for her hand, as he kissed it gently.
To what do I owe this unexpected pleasure?
You are a difficult man to gain an audience with, my lord. I have been in correspondence with a mutual friend, the Slender Man.
Robin's smile was white from his face at the mention of the warlock.
He implores you to leave King's Landing immediately, and any personal vendettas must wait, for a time.
Lady Rachel advised, as Robin attempted to regain his composure.
Does milady also require passage out of the capital?
I was to be escorted by the Greyjoy fleet west, but how could I pass on an opportunity to visit the Eyrie?
It's done then. We sail at first light, my lady. Your handmaidens may reach out to Sir Harold with any questions. Until the morrow, milady,
stated Robin, as Lady Rachel exited his apartment, being sure to keep the Lord's attention as she exited. Robin shook his head to regain his focus. How ironic it was to have an ally of a Western house. Perhaps the slender warlock has his own plans for House Lannister, but not until Robin had achieved his revenge.